Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Right. Before we move into the today's C++ programming, I want to give some information about that yesterday's last question. When we draw in the flowchart, right? The last question was finding the largest number. Finding the largest number from 10 given numbers. Right. Then I explained the logic behind that, but one condition is should we change it, right? Therefore, I am drawing the diagram here today. Then we'll see the difference there from yesterday one. Right. Our question was to find the largest number from 10 given numbers. For example, suppose you have numbers 10 to 22. 7, 8, like that. Suppose here you have 5 numbers, for example, right? Then how you are going to find in the largest one here? That yesterday I explained it. Take the first number, input the first number, assume that the first number is the largest one. For example, suppose in this case, first number is the 10, then maximum or largest number, assign 10 as the largest number. Right. Then you are going to compare the second number. Now take the second number, right? Input second number. Input second number. Second number compare with the first number. That means maximum. Second number, suppose n. Compare with the maximum. That means n check greater than maximum. Check n greater than maximum. Then if it is true, maximum number should be n. If it is false, check with the next number. Check with the next number. This is the condition. You want to apply your flow chart. Yesterday, when I gave it, I labeled as maximum greater than n. This should be wrong, right? It should be corrected as like that. N should be greater than maximum. Right? Is it clear that point? Right. Now try to draw the diagram here. Start. Then what's the step? Can someone tell me what's the first step? What's the first step? You want to input the first number in the list. Right. Input first number. Suppose it is n. Right. Then what the next step? Can someone tell me what's the next step?
Number in.
Yeah, you want to input the next number, but before that, you want to check that all the numbers are checked or not, finished or not, that the series is finished or not. If it is finished, then you want to print the maximum number and exit the program. Before entering the second number, you want to check you are finished. You are finished checking the numbers. Therefore, you want to give a condition here. You are finished or not? What's the condition you want to put here? What's the condition? Then you want to compare with the first number with second. You want to compare with first number. This is the first number. We assume the first number as maximum. Then you want to compare this maximum with second number, then third number, then fourth number, fifth, like that. You want to compare until you are finished. Until you are finished, you want to compare. In our example, only we have 10 numbers. Therefore, n become, the last number become 10. Your program should be end. Here, take another one. Here, earlier, initially we input n. Therefore, series number, suppose another C. It's a counting. You want to compare the first number with second. First number means the maximum. We assume that you want to compare maximum number with the second. After that, third. After that, fourth. Like that. You want to compare your maximum number until end of the series. And therefore, you want to counting. You want to variable for counting. Suppose C equal 1. That initialize, you can initialize it. C equal 1. C for counting. Now you can assign how you are going to end your series. You can assign how you are going to end. Then what is the condition I am labeling here? C become what? After you count, after you comparing all the numbers mean here 10. You have 10 different numbers. Then C become 10. The counting comparing should end. That means you want to go, you want to assign here C, check here C greater than or equal 10. C greater than or equal 10. C become 10 or greater than 10, then our comparison should be end. Right. Then check the end of series, then you can enter the second number. Input second number. Second number also we take as n. Input the next number n. Right. Now you have the second number. Now you can compare second number greater than maximum. Right. That one thing forget. What? Can someone tell me? One thing forgot here. Once you input the first number, then you want to assume the first number is the maximum. You want to assume the first number is the maximum. That's the point we want to give before we check in the end of the series. Therefore, I am drawing it again. Here, once you enter the first number, then you want to assign this first number as maximum. Maximum equal n. Right. Now we assign the first number as maximum. Then another thing, you want another variable to count in the numbers. First number, second number, like that you want to count in it. Then I take as C equal 1. That means starting point of the C, 1. first counting, first comparison, second comparison, like that. Then you want to check our comparison is end or not. Comparison is end or not. That means C greater than or equal 10. Only we are considering 10 different numbers. Right. Once C become 11, that program should be end. Right. Now tell me what's happening. This become true. This become false or true. What happened? If it is true, what happened? If it is false, what happened? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me what's happened if C become false or C become true? C become true mean it is better to change it in this way, false, true. Right, now tell me what happened. The condition is true. When you are coming to that point, what's the value of C? Yes, one says if it is true, print max n. If it is true, not true, I am changing this false and true. Therefore, if it is false, that means C greater than, yes. Here the condition should be changed, not greater than this one. Better to put less than. Condition true and condition false. Condition true and condition false. Then what happened? When you are coming to this point, what's the value of C? 1. Value of C 1. Then it will check 1 less than or equal 10. Condition is true. Condition is true. Therefore, you want to direct to the true direction. Right. Then what's the next step? I have no spaces to continue from that point. Therefore, I am go to the next space. After true, once become true, then what happened? You want to input the next number. You want to input next number. Input n. Then once you have the next number, then what you want to do? Once you have next number, then what do you want to do? You want to compare the second number with the maximum. You want to compare second number with the maximum. Right. Then put another condition symbol here, decision symbol. Then check n greater than maximum. N greater than maximum. Then if it is true, what happened? If it is true, what happened? The maximum become the second number. Maximum become the second number. Therefore, here I am putting max equal n. Maximum become the second number if it is true. Right. Then what happens if it is false? If it is false, what happens? You want to check the next number. You want to input the next number. Right. Next number means the counting, you want to increase the counting. C equal C plus 1. Also here, once you set the maximum as the next number, then you want to check you want to go to the next. Therefore, again, the counting part should increase. C equal C plus 1. After that, you can insert the second number. Right? This should be linked to this line to here. Right. Okay. Then what happens if it is false here? That means the condition is false. What happens? Should print the maximum and stop the program. Here should print the maximum, output max, and stop the program. Right. That's the flow chart to find the largest number from 10 given numbers. From 10 given numbers. Now try with values. Try with values. Here suppose you have some values for 10, 20, 15, 4, 22. I take only 5 numbers. Right. Now tell me here when you are in this point, what's the value of n? The first number. N equal 10. N equal 10. Right. In this point, if you are in this point, then what's the maximum? Maximum become n. That means entered number 10. Maximum 10. Right. Then when you are in this point, what's the value of C? 1. Then in the condition, they are checking 1 less than or greater than less than or equal 10. If it is true, then you want to enter the second number here. Right. When you are in this point, then what's the value of n? Can tell me someone?
20.
20. Very good. Here the second number n equal 20. Right. Now in the second condition, now you are in this point. What the condition here now? They are checking 20. N value of n is 20. 10, 20 greater than maximum. What the maximum value when you are in this point?
10.
10. Still 10. This one. Right. They are checking 20 greater than 10. If it is true or false. If it is true. Therefore, they are going to the true direction. Now maximum become what? 20. Maximum become 20. Then going to the next step. That means C equals C plus 1. What's the new value of C when you are in this point? C equal, previous value is 1. 1 plus 1. C equal 2. Right. Now go to this point. Sorry, not that point. This arrow should be in here. Right. Go to this point. Now check the condition. Now the new value of C is 2. Right. That's the first round. Then they are checking 2 less than or equal 10. 2 less than or equal 10. Condition true. Go to the next step, input n. Right. Now, what's the n value? In second round, what's the n value?
50.
Can someone tell me n value? 15.
15.
Right. Yeah, 50. Right. Now condition in the condition, what the comparison here? N value 15, compare with maximum. What the maximum now?
20.
20. Compare with 20. Right. Now they are checking 15 greater than 20. True or false?
False.
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 Therefore, direct to false direction. Just saying increase the C value. Nothing to do anything else. Just increase the C value. The previous C value is 2. Increased by 1. New C value C equal 3. Now go to the condition again. Put C value as 3. Check 3 less than or 10. Condition is still true. Then going to again to input the next value. Right. Now third round. N value. What's the now N value?
4.
4. For comparison, 4 greater than what?
50.
20. Still maximum value is 20. Condition false. Go to the counting increment of counting C value. New C value is 3 plus 1. 4. Go to the condition. Put 4 into the C. Check 4 less than or equal 10. Condition is still true. Go to the next input. Then fourth round. What's the N value now? What's the N value?
22.
22. Very good. Right. Then condition
22.
22 greater than maximum value. Now what is the maximum value? Still, what is the
20.
maximum value? 20.
20.
Right. Now they are checking 22 greater than 20. Condition true. Condition true means you want to direct to true side. Right? You are going to this side. That means now maximum is changed. Now change maximum, assign maximum as what? 20.
22.
Maximum as 22. Right. Then again go to the increment counting. Previous C value 4, new C value 5. Right. Suppose you are ending this point, that means you are only comparing 5 numbers. Right. 5 numbers. Then you are going to this condition, put the value C as 5, then check with the condition. Here 10, because of that earlier we supposed to find in comparing 10 numbers. Then later you can do it. That in this position, suppose this condition is false. Condition become false mean you are direct to this side. That means you want to print the maximum value. Now your maximum value is 22. They are printing the maximum value as 22 and stop the program. Right. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. I think this one is clear. If you are not complete this flow chart, then now you can complete. I will give 2 minutes to complete your books. Right, I think you finish drawing this diagram. You complete your notes here. Is it okay? Need more time to complete this, sir? Right, then if you are finished drawing this one, then we'll move to the today's part. Today I'm going to start the practical session. How you can work with the C++ compiler. Then we are doing this example again with C++. Therefore, it is important to understand the logic behind these questions. Right, okay. Then I'm going to stop the screen. Then I'm sharing a presentation. Right, C++ programming. Here, the first thing is you want to understand the structure before we move into the any compiler. Then first try to understand the C++ structure. Right, basic structure of C++ program. Write down in your notes. Basic structure of C++ program. When we are writing the C++ programming, this program contains three sections, three main sections. This is for initial programs. The later this structure, this content may be differ. They are adding some parts, but basically, initially, you will understand, you have to understand there are three sections in the program. Right, try to understand these three sections here. You can see this one. First section we called as header files. Then second section, name spacing. Then third one, main function. That's the three sections we have to identify in our basic structure in the C++ program. Right. Write down these things on your books. C++ program contains the following parts. The following parts. Write down these three parts here. Right. Then header files. What is header files? Header file means a set of files that important to our program. That's included in the compiler. We should want to use a compiler to write down the program, C++ programs. This compiler contains many files, set of files. There are a specific set of file called header files. These header files, we should want to write down our programs. Right. Look at here, header files, here explain it. Contain set of files in the compiler, predefined files that files we have to use in our C++ program. They are given one example for header files, IO stream. IO stream is a predefined header files that provide functions need to input and output operation for our program, in our program. That means, in other words, we can say in our program, if we want to do input output operation, we must include the header file called IO stream, header file called IO stream. Or we can say IO stream provide all the predefined functions that support to do input and output operations. Right, write down this one, header file, write down the topic, subtopic header file, then write down the statement appearing here. Right. Then that's about header files. That again, I can point out that one, header files provide all necessary things to do all the input and output operation in our program. When we are write down the program, then you will understand better this one. Up to now, to remember, header files provide all necessary things, all necessary functions to perform input and output operation in our program. Right. Then next section called namespacing. Namespacing is a specific region assigned by the compiler in our memory, in the computer memory, normally assigned by the C++ compiler, called namespacing. Namespacing containing all the variables and function need to our program. Right? That later you will understand what is functions, what is variable. And there are some other things also. Then later you will understand that points, what is variables. Today itself I will start what is variable. Then functions later you will understand. All the variables and functions are defined in the specific region called namespacing. In your program, you have to define this region. Right. Then look at the statements here. Namespacing, this region is a specific region where all the variables are functions defined. That underline the statement here, variables and functions are defined. Then how you are going to define namespacing in your program? In here you can see that one in blue color. That's the statement. You have to define this namespace region in your program. Each and every program, when you are doing the C++, each and every program, you must define this space. You must need this one. Header files also must, right? Header files, without having the header files, you can't perform your program. Similarly, without assigning namespace, you can't do the C++ program in this our compiler. Right. Here using namespace std. Std is the namespace type variable. This is the variable. Through this variable, you are referring the variables and functions. That last statement also it is important. Right, write down this one. Write down the last statement also. std is a name that tells compiler to look at functions and variables used in the program. Right. Right. අහගන්න එතකොට මේ මම define කරේ basic structure එක C++ program එකක් ගොඩනගනකොට සැලකිය යුතු මූලිකව මුලින්ම මුල් අවස්ථාවේ සැලකිය යුතු කොටස් තුන. ප්‍රධාන කොටස් තුනක් තියෙනවා. header files, namespacing සහ main function කියලා. එතකොට එකින් එක අරන් තමයි මම විස්තර කරේ header files. header files කියන්නේ compile එකේ තියෙන අපි භාවිතා කරන C++ compile එකේ තියෙන specific file set එකක්. files ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා. ගොඩාක් භාවිතයෙන් තමයි compile එක හැදලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක එක්තරා වර්ගයක් තමයි header files කියන්නේ. header files කියන ඒවා අපිට program එක ලියද්දි program එක තුල අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. header files එකේ දැන් උදාහරණයක් තමයි මේ දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. IO stream කියන්නේ header files වලට තියෙන එක උදාහරණයක්. එක file එකක්. එතකොට මේ IO stream file එකෙන් තමයි අපේ program එක තුල තියෙන input output operations සියල්ලම define කරලා තියෙන්නේ. අපිට IO stream කියන එක නැතුව input හෝ output වගේ දේවල් කරන්න බෑ. ඒ නිසා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේ IO stream header file එක අපි program එක ලියනකොට header file එකක් විදිහට program එකට ඇතුළත් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඊළඟට name spacing කියන්නේ දෙවෙනි එක. ඒක compile එකකින් අපි program එක පටන් ගත්තාම compile එකකින් අපේ memory එකේ වෙනම region එකක් area එකක් වෙන් කර ගන්නවා. එතන තමයි අපේ program එක තුල භාවිතා වෙන variables functions වගේ ඒවා define වෙන්නේ. ඔයගලන්ට පස්සේ තවත් හොඳට තේරෙයි මොනවද මේ variables functions කියන ඒවා. දැනට මතක තියාගන්න එහෙම දේවල් තියෙනවා කියලා. ඒවා ඔක්කොම define වෙන්නේ ඔන්න ඔය region එකේ. name spacing කියන region එකේ. ඔය region එක අපි අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම program එකට දාන්න ඕනේ. program එකට දාන්න statement එක තමයි ඔය නිල් පාටින් තියෙන using namespace standard කියලා. ඒකේ අවසානයේට std කියලා එකක් define වෙනවා. ඒක variable එකක්. ඔය variable එක තමයි compile එකට කියන්නේ මේ region එකේ තියෙන variables සහ functions මොනවද කියලා. right. ඔය ටික තමයි ඔය slide එකෙන් මම පැහැදිලි කරේ. හොඳයි. Now we move to the next section, third section, main function. Right, I think you write down the things here. Therefore, I am moving to the next slide. Right. Third section, main function. Main function is the place where start your program. Start your program, main program. This main program, you want to include all necessary instructions that required to solve your problem. Then how you are going to solve your problem? All the inputs, all the logic, all the type of outputs, all of things you want to include within this main function. Right. The main function you are defined as here in red color. I am giving int main. That's the way you can start your main function. First type the int, then main. The C++ is case sensitive. It is not allowed to write down in capital. All letters in simple. Int main. Then at the end of this statement, look at the red color statement there, int main. At the end, there is a rounded bracket, open and close. You must give this rounded bracket also. Right. That's the way, that's the step to start your main function. Main function we are using to include all the instruction that necessary to solve our problem. Next instruction mean when we are solving the problem, we have lots of inputs. There are different types of logics and process regarding the problem. Then we need to input outputs. All of these things you want to include in the main function. Right. Here, look at the basic structure. Once you identify the header, then namespacing, and the main function. All of these three parts you want to organize in that way. All of these three parts you want to organize in that way. First, you want to include the header files. this is the way how you are going to insert your header files to the program. Start with hash symbol. That's the actual syntax. Start with hash symbol, then use the word include. Include. Then give a space, and then within this angle bracket, you can give the file header file name that required with the program. Right. Then second section, you want to assign as in this way using that earlier I mentioned, using namespace std. Once you assign the second section, then move to the third. Third section is the main program. Main program start with int main. Then after that, to open the main program, you want to use this symbol curly bracket. This curly bracket means open the main program. Then after open the main program, you are allowed to give in instructions. After you giving all the necessary instruction to solve the problem, then finally you want to close the main program. How you are going to close is using this close curly bracket. To open the program, main program, use open curly bracket. Then you can give all the instructions necessary to solve the problem. Once after you give it all the instruction, finally you have to close the curly bracket. Right. This is the structure you have to follow when you are constructing the C++ program. Right. Write down these things on your books. I will give 2 minutes to complete that part. Right. Write down. Right, I think you finish writing this one. Are you finished writing? Oh no, you need more time to do that. Is it clear up to now? At
Yes.
least yes or no? Yeah. Right. මේ තුන්වෙනි කොටස main program එක ගැන තම සටහන් වෙන්නේ main program එකේ තමයි අපි ගැටලුව විසඳන්න අවශ්‍ය සියලුම උපදෙස් ටික instructions ටික ලියන්නේ main program එක ඇතුලේ. instructions කිව්වා මෙතන අපේ සියලුම inputs ටික තියෙනවා, ඊළඟට process තියෙනවා, logics ටික, output define කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒතර මේ හැම දෙයක්ම සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ main program එක ඇතුලේ. මේ තියෙන basic structure එක අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත කොටස් තුන ඇතුළත් කරලා මුලින්ම header files දාන්න ඕනේ. header files දානකොට පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ මෙන්න මේ symbol එක මතක ඇතුව දාන්න hash symbol එක. hash symbol එකත් එක්ක අපි වචනයක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා include කියලා. include. ඊට පස්සේ space එකක් තියලා භාවිතා කරන header file එකේ නම දාන්න ඕනේ. හැම වෙලෙම header files වල නම් දානකොට මෙන්න මේ angle brackets ඇතුලේ තමයි දාන්න ඕනේ. මේක තමයි syntax එක. දැන් language එකක් ගැන කතා කරනකොට අපිට syntax එකක් ගැන කතා වෙනවමයි නේ. දැන් ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාවේ අපි කියනවා capital letter එකෙන් පටන් ගන්න කියලා. වාක්‍ය ඉවරුනාම full stop දාන්න කියනවා. ඒ syntax අපි follow කරේ නැත්නම් ඒ language එක වැරදි. ඒ වගේ C++ කියන්නේ language එකක්. එහෙනම් syntax එකක් තියෙනවා. header files දාන syntax එක තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. hash symbol එකෙන් පටන් ගන්න, include කියන keyword එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න, ඊට පස්සේ angle bracket ඇතුලේ header file එකේ නම දාන්න. ඊළඟ දෙවෙනි කොටස අර මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා පැහැදිලි කරා namespace region එක define කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක define කරන්නේ මෙන්න මේ line එකේ using namespace std. එච්චරයි. ඒ line එක define කරපු ගමන් මේ namespace එක define වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ තුන්වෙනි කොටස තමයි main program එක. main program එක පටන් ගන්න මෙන්න මේ int main කියන එකෙන්. ඊළඟට main program එක open කරා කියන්න මෙන්න මේ curly bracket එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ. open curly bracket. ඊළඟට ඒක ඇතුලේ අපි ලියනවා අර instructions ටික, අවශ්‍ය ගැටලුව විසඳන්න අවශ්‍ය inputs, logic, output ඒ ඔක්කොම දෙන්නේ මේ body instructions කියන එකේ. අවසානයේට instructions දීලා අපි curly bracket එකකින් වහන්න ඕනේ. ඔක තමයි basic structure එක. That's the basic structure of C++ program. Right, look at this example here. This example showing this statement to the screen. This example explain how you can showing a statement to the screen. How you can display or how you can output a statement to the screen. Right. This example explaining how to output, just how to do an output. Right. Look at the example here. Right. First, try to understand this one. We need IO stream file that assigned at the top. Then we need namespace region. Secondly, we define it using namespace std. That statement assign, create the namespace region on your memory. Then third, int main, start the main function. Then use curly bracket. Within the curly bracket, then see carefully what are the instructions there. Right. That our example is output a statement. Output a statement. In our example, in this example, no inputs, no process, no any logic, only the things it will give something to the screen. Output. Right. That here, how you are going to output? What is the inbuilt function C++ used to output, to produce output? Cout. This is the inbuilt function Cout. Cout, and this double angle brackets, angle bracket, this is called angle brackets, two angle brackets there, together we call insertion operator, C out with insertion operator, right? Two angle brackets. This one, C out. C out is the inbuilt function we are using to output a statement to the screen. This statement is hello world. This is any statement you like. That's depend on according to based on your application. And when you are developing the application, you need several types of statement to the screen. Hello world means your statement. This one is your statement. C out is the instruction that help to display this statement. Then can someone tell me C out? This is the inbuilt function where it is defined.
Inside
out
the
function.
IO stream.
Yes, that's good. C out function. We use this C out function because of this IO stream file. Without having this IO stream file, you can't use this C out statement, C out function. Right. In that way, try to understand what are the C out, what is C out, what is IO stream IO stream, right? Try to understand these things. Right, then another statement here, returns 0. This also you will understand later in better. The simply I can say return 0 means no return value. Due to any process of this main program, no return value. Just to now understand in that way, return 0 means no return value due to any process of this main program.
Sir,
When you are doing later functions and other things, then you will understand better what is return 0. What's the problem?
sir, is it compulsory to add a return statement?
Yes, it is compulsory to add return statement here. We are using C++ code block. For that compiler, it must. Right? There are some other compilers to perform the C++ program. Right? Then they are allowing to some other ways. Instead of int, they are using another keyword called void. Void means no return value. If you are using void, then no need to insert this return 0 statement. But the compiler we are going to use here, it must you want to include this return 0 1. Is it okay? Is it clear that point?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Write down this example also in your books. Write down this one. හොඳයි අනිත් අයට එහෙම ගැටලු තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න මොකක් හරි ලැන්ග්වේජ් එක කමක් නැහැ අහන්න ගැටලු තියෙනවද වෙන ගැටලු හොඳයි එහෙනම් නිශ්ශබ්දතාවයෙන් පෙනී යන්නේ ගැටලු නැති බවයි. එක්සාම්පල් එකේ එක්සාම්පල් එකකින් පැහැදිලි කරලා තියෙනවා බේසික් ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එක. මේ ස්ටයිල් එක්සාම්පල් එකෙන් පැහැදිලි වෙන්නේ ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක්. ඕනෑම ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක් ස්ක්‍රීන් එකට අවුට්පුට් කරන විදිය. ස්ක්‍රීන් අවුට්පුට් එකක් ගන්න විදිය. ස්ක්‍රීන් අවුට්පුට් එකක් ගන්න තියෙන ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක තමයි cout කියලා කියන්නේ. cout කියන ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක යොදන්නේ මෙන්න මේ විදියට angle brackets දෙකක් එක්ක. cout කියලා ලියලා angle bracket දෙකක් යොදන්නේ. මේ විදියට cout ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක ඇතුලේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න නම් cout වලින් වෙන දේ කම්පයිල් එක දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. මොකක්ද මේ cout? එහෙනම් මේ cout එකට අදාළ දේ ඒක ඩිෆයින් කරලා වෙනම තැනක ඒක ඉන්ක්ලූඩ් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි IO stream කියලා කියන්නේ. IO stream. ඒ නිසා මේ IO stream කියන ෆයිල් එකේ තියෙනවා cout කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? cout වලින් වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක ඩිෆයින් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඊට අදාළ ලොජික් එක එතන තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපිට cout එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් අපේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක ඇතුලේ. cout එකෙන් මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? ඕනෑම ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක් ස්ක්‍රීන් එකට අවුට්පුට් කරලා පෙන්නනවා. නොයෙකුත් ස්ටේට්මන්ට් තියෙනවා. ඉස්සරහට ඒක ඔයගොල්ලන් කරන ඇප්ලිකේෂන් එකට අනුව තමන් ඒ ස්ටේට්මන්ට් තීරණය කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක් ස්ක්‍රීන් එකට අවුට්පුට් කරලා දෙන්න cout කියන මේ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ. cout පාවිච්චි කරනවා නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම IO stream තියෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද ඒ ෆයිල් එකේ තමයි cout කියන එක ඩිෆයින් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒතර ඔය ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකෙන් ගන්න තියෙන ඔය ටික යට තියෙනවා return 0 කියලා ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක්. return 0 කියලා කියන්නේ මේ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකේ ක්‍රියාකාරීත්වය නිසා කිසිම වැලියු එකක් රිටර්න් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. return 0. මේ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකේ කිසිම වැලියු එකක් රිටර්න් වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන අර්ථය තමයි එතනින් තියෙන්නේ. ඒතර අපි පාවිච්චි කරන කම්පයිල් එකට අනුව return 0 කියන එක මෙතන යොදන්නම ඕනේ. සමහර කම්පයිලර්ස් තියෙනවා return 0 කියන එක අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ වෙනම word එකක් දෙනවා මේ int කියන එක වෙනුවට void කියලා. right. late ඒ කියන්නේ ඉස්සරහට ඔයගොල්ලෝන්ට පස්සේ වෙන කම්පයිලර්ස් එක්කත් වැඩ කරද්දි ඔය වගේ පොඩි වෙනස්කම් කරලා ඒ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් රන් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ප්‍රධාන ලොජික් එකේ කිසිම වෙනසක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔය වගේ පොඩි තැන් තමයි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ. right. එතකොට that's the example. Right now, before moving to the next part, I want to do this example practically using the code block compiler. I think all of you are now ready with code block. That earlier I sent some videos how to install this code block, how to download and install, and how to get the first file also. And if you are not still follow this video, please follow this video today itself. Then download the code block and install to your computer. Right. Once you install the code block, then how you are going to run, how you are going to open and write down the program. Right. See it here. Then I am going to do that one now. Right. Once you download and installed your code block compiler, then this code block compiler you can see on your desktop as a shortcut icon. In that way, code block, they are named as code block. Once you installed correctly, then you can see a small icon on your desktop. This icon labeled as code block. Then you are successfully download and installed. Then only you can see this one. How to download and install. I already sent some videos. By looking at these videos, please understand how to download and install it. Right. Once you installed correctly, then small icon called chord block you can appear on your screen. Right. Select this icon and double click on it. Select this one and double click on it. If you are able to do that with me, please do it. That otherwise, please see and later you can do it. Right. Double click on it. Right, once you double click there, then some error messages come in my version. It will not with you, right? There are some issues with my version, but it is not the common. In your case, you will open the window like that. Right, to do the C++ program, follow these steps. From this window, select file. Once you click file there, then you can see a menu. From this menu, click new file, click new. Once you click new, then set up another menu you can appear. From this menu, select file, go to this one and click on it. Select file here. Once you click file, then you can see another window called new from template. The window name is new from template. From this window, select this one, C++ source. Make sure that you selected this one, right? Not C++ header. Second one, C++ source. Click on it, and then click go button there. Right. When you are doing first time, you will get this message also. If you do not want to show this message again, you can click on here, skip this page next time. If you do not see this message again, check on this message here. Otherwise, don't need to check it. Then click next. Once you click next, then they are asking the compiler which you are going to use. In this case, select C++ because you are going to use C++ compiler. Right. Click C++ here and click next button below. Right. Once you come into this point, then see carefully this step here. They are asking what is the place you are going to store. You are going to save your program. Right. What's the place and the name? Place and the name of your program. Right. File name here in this box, you can give a name. Suppose in this program, I am giving the name my first. This is the name of the program. Then in this field at the end, you can see 3-dot button here. This allow you to select the location where you want to save this program. This allows you to select a location where you want to save this program. Right? This one is the file name of your program. By clicking this 3-dot button, it allows you to save the select the location to save the program. Right? Therefore, I'm going to click here. Once you click, then you can see this window. Then you can select a location by clicking the down arrow here. These are the basic things. Selecting location. In your computer, you can select either your C or D drive. In my case, I am selecting D drive. Double click on it. Then select the subfolders that last time also I mentioned somewhere. I think you are creating the web programs, right? I am asking you to create a folder. Right, then I am selecting some subfolders where any location you like, right? You can select it. Right, then I am select my path to save this program. Then file name already I am giving here. Then finally click save button here. Right, once you click save button, then you can see full path of your program. This is the path. D, then my name, then another subfolder name, then another subfolder, then another subfolder, then finally program name. That automatically take the extension. My first .cpp. This .cpp is the extension of your program. I think you remember when we are doing the last week HTML program, the extension we must give, we have to type it. But in this case, the automatically extension assigned with our program. Right. That's very important, these points, right? Later you will forget those things where the program, you don't know the location where you store the program. Right? Then sometimes it need path, they ask in the path, then how you can get the path, those are important. Right. Then in that way, give the file name and location. Don't do anything for this box and click finish button here. Click finish button here. In your case, you will not get this type of message, right? It's the error message to in my compiler. In your case, no error messages like that. Right. This is the place where you are built up your program. Right. This is the editor you are using to build up your program. Right. Now try to build up our first program. I think all of you remember that one. I think all of you are write down on your books also. If you are in the editor now with me, then you can start writing it. Otherwise, please look at here and see it what is happening. The later you can do that, right? Okay, is it clear up to now? Is it clear up to now? Right. Okay. Please respond when I am asking the small question, right? Then only I can continue this lesson. Then your feedback is important. Therefore, please respond at least to the chat box. Some students respond to the chat box. But the better way is open your mouth, right? At least yes or no. Right. Is it clear up to now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Very good. How many of you are ready with the editor? Is there anyone ready with the editor?
Yes, sir.
Ready,
I'm
sir?
ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can start writing. Right? The same time, I am also writing here. Same time, you can also write the program. Right, first start with hash symbol. That means remember the sections, header files, namespacing, and the main program. Right. I am going to start the header section. Therefore, start hash symbol. Just after you type the symbol, then it will display a menu. Right. Then here also you can see in the menu hash include. If you want, you can select from here. Otherwise, you can type it. Right. Selection also possible, right? Or you can better to type it. Hash include, then keep a space. Right. Then file name, header file name. You want to give header file name within angle bracket. Open the angle bracket. Then type the name of the header file, IO stream. IO stream. Then click enter key to move the next line, second line for second section to assign the namespace region. How you are going to assign the namespace region is using the keyword, use the keyword using, keep space, then namespace. Namespace, then keep a space and keep the variable name as std. At the end, remember the syntax is at the end of the statement, most of time at the end of the statement you must give semicolon mark. At most of time you want to do that. At the end, give the semicolon mark. In this line, it must need semicolon mark. Then enter key, then third line appear. In the third section, you can start here. Main program int. Then main is the name of the main program. Int is the return type. If you have any return, the data type is int, integer. Right? The later you will understand what is return type, then what is data type, those things. Right? Until that, remember these points. Start with int. Int is the data type. Main is the name of the main program. You can't change it. You must give the name as main. Right. Then put rounded bracket. Press enter key. Open the main program by using curly bracket. Open curly bracket. If you are inserting the first one, then automatically appear the second one. Close in bracket. Right. Then within this open and close in curly bracket, you have to give the instructions. In our first program, output a statement to the screen. Then what's the function we are using here? C out. Type C out. Then insertion operator, double angle bracket. Right. Then what the syntax here? If you are using C out function we are using to get output to the screen. This statement you want to give in within double quotation mark. That particular statement which you want to output, you want to give within the double quotation mark. Therefore, open double quotation here. They are given different colors for that. Functions give in green color. Then statement in blue color. The starting point, open the double quotes, then give the statement which you want to display here, hello world. Then close the double quotation mark at the end. After you closing it, please remember to give the semicolon mark. You must need this semicolon marks at the end of the statement. Remember it, that's the syntax, part of syntax. Most of the time you need this semicolon mark, right? No need semicolon mark for this main program. For these curly brackets, no need semicolon. Semicolon marks need only to the statements like see out, this type of statements. Right. Then you need return 0. Return 0. Right, that's the end of writing our first program. Already we did our saving and selecting location. All of the things we already completed. Therefore, once you modified, once you added the statement to your program, only thing you need save. Just save it. Go to file and save file. Select save file. Right. Once you write down the program, then we'll then see how you get the result, how you get the output. To get the output, the first thing you want to compile the program. Once you compile the program, it will give all the error messages. If there are any errors on your program, all of these error messages will display after compile. Then the compilation is success, then you can run the program. To get the result, there are two steps. The first one is compile the program. Compile means finding the errors. Then second step, run the program. Once you run the program, you will get the output. Remember these points also. Right. Once you complete the program, write down the program. There are two steps need to get the result. First step is compilation. Second step is execution or running. Right. Therefore, we now finish writing the program. To compile, see how you are going to compile it. Go to build. This main menu, file, edit, view. This is the main menu. There's the option called build. Click on the build. Once you click build this option, then you can see a sub menu. Select the first option called build. This is the option we are using to compile our program. Build. Click on build here. Right. Once you click build here, then if there is any error messages, all of these error messages will appear this lower section of your editor. Right here, it's named as logs and others. In this section for giving all the error messages. Right. If you have any error message on your program, all of these error messages you will display in this below bottom section. Right. If you are not errors, then time to execute or run the program to get the result. Right. To run the program, you can use this shortcut icon, this one, or again build and run. This option also available. Build option also in the shortcut icon also there. If you like this shortcut icons, then you can use it. These shortcut icons also. The first build, and then you can run the program. Right. I'm going to click this one. Right. Once you run this program, your output will display in this environment. We are write down the program for console environment. That means command prompt environment. We are getting the output also. We are getting the output from this console or DOS or command prompt environment. But here I think all of you can see the result at the top. Hello world. This is the output we need. Other statements are automatically generated. And only our output is hello world. Other statements are automatically generated. Don't consider about these other statements. Right. Then they are saying press any key to continue. Once you click any key, then back to again your program. Right. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
Sir,
Oh yeah. Ask.
I have a problem.
Yes.
So when I press build, nothing happens. So when I press run after building, it asks on a pop-up window, it says the file is not built yet. Do you want to build? Then when I press yes, nothing happens. So it's not running on my program. Is there any reason?
Just click the run icon.
Yeah, it says on a pop-up window, it says the file is not built yet. Do you want to rebuild or not? When I press yes, nothing happens. But
Did
when
you
I press
follow the steps, these steps clear correctly?
yes, sir. But when I press no on the pop-up, the black color window opening name the output window, but there is no results on that.
Sir.
But I won't see your program, then only I can understand it. Yeah, that's the problem, that I am not way to get in your one. What you are telling is actually it will not help much for me to understand the error, correct error. If you are following correctly, that from the opening, the editor, then you have to get the correct answer. However, can you get the screenshot and send me?
Sure, sir.
Right. Then I think all of you have it with my telephone number. Then you can WhatsApp that any kind of errors when you are doing the program. Then take a screenshot and send me. Then I tried to solve that problem.
Sir.
Right. Oh yes.
So I have the same problem. So එක මේ වෙන්නේ කියන්නේ මේ compiler එක අපි මුලින් assign කරලා නැති ප්‍රශ්නයක් මම හිතන්නේ program එකේ start වෙද්දී අපිට message එකක් එනවා.
මොකක්ද එන්නේ message?
close කරලා මේ දානකොට එන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ sir compiler එකක් sign වුණේ නැහැ එහෙම මොකක් හරි කියලා. ඒ error එකකින් ඉඳලා සමහරවිට අපේ මේවා build වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ. ඒක නිසා අපිට program එක මේ start environment error කියලා එකක් එනවා sir. Can't find compiler executable in your configure search path for GCC compiler කියලා.
ඒක installation කරද්දී එන error එකක් නේද?
run කරද්දී මෙනවා sir. එතන ඒ compiler එක නැති නිසා වෙන්න ඇති නිසා අපේ program build වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක sir program එක අර මුලින්ම මේ configure කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවද?
නෑ. වෙන කිසිම ක්‍රමයක් නෑ. ඔය අර මගේ වීඩියෝස් දෙක බැලුවද installation වලට එවලා තිබ්බ. ඒකට අනුව download කරලා just double click කරන්න තියෙන installation file එක. එතකොට automatically ඒක install වෙලා යනවා. අපිට වෙනස් කරන්න කිසිම දෙයක් නැහැ. ඒක next key එකේ යන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඒ ඇරෙන්න අපිට custom building ඒවා මොනවත් කරන්න නැහැ. ඔක automatically install වෙනවා. කිසිම ගැටලුවක් නැති මේ compile එකක් මේක.
එහෙනම් step එකක මොකක් හරි වැරද්දක් වෙනවා. එහෙම වුණොත් sir ආයෙත් මේක uninstall කරලා
ආයෙ install කරද්දී uninstall කරන්න ඕක. control panel ගිහලා ඒ තියෙන file එක select කරලා ඒක remove කරන්න. එතනින් control panel එකෙන්ම remove කරන්න.
හරි sir.
remove කරලා ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ download කරගන්න එක. කරලා ආයෙ වීඩියෝ එක විදිහට පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්නකෝ.
හරි sir.
අනිත් අයටත් එහෙමද? මේක දැන් ලියලා run කරපු අය කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද? ප්‍රතිඵලයේ result එක හරියට ගත්ත කවුරු හරි?
ඔව් සර් හරියනවා.
හරි sir.
හරි නේ හරි
ඕකේ ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් වෙබ්සයිට් එකේ තිබුණා කම්පයිලර් එක නැතුවයි කම්පයිලර් එකත් එකයි දෙකක් තිබුණා සෙටප් මම කියන්නේ කම්පයිලර් එක නැතුව දාගත්ත කට්ටිය තමයි ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ
හොඳයි අර ඒකු වීඩියෝ එක චුට්ටක් බලන්න ඒක ක්‍රමයට යන්න එතකොට අර ෆයිල්ස් දෙකක් විදියට එන්නේ නැහැ එක ෆයිල් එකයි එන්නේ ඒක ඩබල් ක්ලික් කරලා ඉන්ස්ටෝල් කරගන්න පුළුවන් හරි හොඳයි මේ ප්‍රශ්න ආපු අය පොඩ්ඩක් නැවත ෆයිල් එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරලා ඉන්ස්ටෝල් කරන්න බලන්න හොඳයි එතකොට මේක හරි මේක ගොඩක් සරල වැඩසටහනක් මෙතනින් තමයි අපි පටන් ගන්න ලියන්න එතකොට පොඩි පොඩි දේවල් අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරගෙන ඉස්සරහට යන්න ඕනේ හොඳයි දැන් අපිට line දෙක ලියන්න ඕන right for example in your books write down this example write down C++ program write down C++ program to display your name and address to display your name and address in two separate lines lines දෙක තමන්ගේ නම සහ ලිපිනය ලියන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් මොකක්ද කොහොමද අපි change කරන්නේ? ඔයගොල්ලෝ programs ලියද්දී දැන් මේකම modify කරගෙන ගියොත් එහෙම අන්තිමට ඉතිරි වෙන්නේ මේ program එක විතරයි. ඒ නිසා මම දෙන tutorials එහෙම වගේ ඒවා කරනකොට එකම program එක modify කරගෙන යන්න එපා. වෙන වෙනම ඒවට උත්තර තියාගන්න. ඉතින් මම මේ වැඩේ කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. වෙන වෙනම මම මේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ program එකම modify කරගෙන යනවා. හොඳයි. ඒතර lines දෙක ලියනවා නම් මම විනාඩියක් විතර දෙන්නම් බලන්න කල්පනා කරලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් ඒ environment එකේ ඉන්නවා නම් ඉස්සෙල්ලා ලියපු ඒකම modify දැනට කමක් නැහැ ඒකම modify කරලා උත්තරයක් ගන්න බලන්න. lines දෙක statements ලියන්න යන්නේ. එක line එක තමන්ගේ නම දෙවෙනි line එකේ තමන්ගේ address එක. ඒ සඳහා අපිට පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ වගේ මේ විදිහම තමයි cout statements දෙකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. එකම line එකේ එක cout statement එකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා එකම line එකේ ලියන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රම දෙකටම කරන්න පුළුවන්. මම cout statement දෙකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්නම්. පළවෙනි line එකේ මම ලියනවා නම තමන්ගේ නම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ මේක දෙවෙනි line එකට යන්න කියන command එක. ඒක අපි දැනගෙන ඉන්න. දැන් programs ලියද්දි එකින් එක මේ තියෙන commands අපි හඳුනාගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. Right? We should want to identify the instructions in C++ to do various tasks. Right? If you want to go to the next line, the C++ command is /n. Use slash symbol and n/n. Go to next line. This means go to next line. Therefore, if you are inserting more than one lines, then you want to insert this /n symbol at the end. Then you can use the second line, cout. Suppose your address no need to write down full address, then just type down the city. And then at the end, remember, put this semicolon symbol. Right. That's the change. That's the only change I did for this program. Now you can the straight that later you can do that straight you can run click this run button here, right? Then that procedure is first build, first compile, then run. Therefore I am building here and run the program. Right. Once you run the program, then I think all of you can see that my name appear at the top, then second line the city. And here that all of things I am not giving as a note, right? Then you have to remember something. The /n is something like that. Then you want to you must be able to define what is /n. Normally in question papers, in short questions, sometimes they are asking /n. Then go to next slide. In that way, you have to define. That's not in a separate note, right? Like that, if you want to suppose here in this your name, you want to display somewhat far from the beginning, from left margin, some distance from left margin. You want to print this your name and address. That means you can use tab. You can set the tabs to shift your statement from left margin to some distance. That, for example, suppose this name here, you want to keep one tab distance, then use this symbol /t. If you want to set 2 tabs, then you can use another /t. Right? Then if you want to set 3 tabs, then another /t. Then you can see, compile and run it again. Then you can see the difference. I think all of you can see now at the top. My name is now appear 3 tabs distance from the beginning. That better you can understand by putting /t to the next line also. Next line only I am putting 2 tabs line, then try to get the difference. Here, I think the first line is some distance from the beginning, then second line again some distance but not same as the first line. In that way you can use tabs and next line symbol /t and /n. Also you can put vertical tabs from the top margin. You can keep some distance from the top margin by using the /v vertical tab. If you want to keep some tabs from the top margin, use /v. Here it's not working, that one /v, that I will check and tell you what's happening using the /v. /v is actually used for keep vertical margins, vertical tabs. Right, okay. Here understand what is happening when you are using /n and /t. Right, is it clear up to now? Before we move into next example, Is it clear up to now?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Right. Then we can continue. We can move to the next step. Right. Then you want to understand, to go to the next things, we have to understand some theory part, variables and data types. Right. Then I am going to start that part. Write down the topic in your books, variables and data types. Right. Before that, this part also write down, C out. C out belongs to IO stream files that used to display the text within double quotes marked to the screen. This also used to display the values of variables to the screen. Right, write down this now. Actually, before putting that topic, you want to write down this one, right? Therefore, cut down the topic if you are write down. Cut down the topic variables and data type, then write down this one. This tells what is C out. Right? Then this tells what is return 0. Right? Write down return 0 also. This says there is no return value due to the process in main function. This is the example we completed. We did this example. I think if you are not take down to the notes, then you can take it now. Right, complete this diagram, this slide, the content of the slides here. Then I will give 2 minutes to complete that. Right, okay. Then I think you finish writing this one. Then our next topic is the variable and data type. Then you can write down after writing this one, variables and data types. Right, okay. Now you can complete the things up to now. Then I will do 10 minutes break for you. Then I will start again 32, 33. 10:35 I will start again at 10:35, then 10 or 12-minute breaks. Then after that we'll meet again to complete it. Until that you can, if you want, you can complete this one, right? Okay. Right, okay, we are going to start now again after break. I think all of you are ready to continue here. Right, the next thing here we are going to discuss about variables, data types, and those things here. We will discuss what is variable, what are the available types of data, and how these variables assign in the C++ program. These are the things we are going to discuss from now. Right, then write down the topic here, variables. Variable mean actually in the general meaning, we have to consider it change in value, changing. There are some situations or there are some factors, their values are changing based on the time. When time passing, the value of that particular factor or object, their values are changing. Right, for example, suppose age of a person. This age of the person is changing with the time. Right? It will not permanent, not constant. It's vary. There are these types of things are available everywhere in the world. You can identify those things. Then height, width and height of a person also vary. So that's also a variable. Right. In computer terms, when we consider the programming, computer program, the variable mean, a variable is a memory location. Memory location, its contents are changing with the time. The content are changing. The memory location is fixed. Variable is a memory location. These contents of this variable, this location are vary with the time. Right? That's the brief introduction about the variables. What is variable? Right. Here giving some points, change in value of things are called variable. Right? Here in green color giving some example, age, height, or weight. Right. Then in a computer terms, variable can be identified as a memory location. Here the specific feature is the value of the memory is change according to the application. Right? That means the first time when you are running the program, we are putting some values to the memory location. When you are running the second time, you are going to store another set of value for the memory location. Then what is happening? Previous set of values are delete and the new set of values are stored there. When you are running the third time, then what is happening? Previous set of values delete and the new set of value save there. That vary. Not the same value, keep it in there the whole time. That's about the variable. Then you can get some idea about from here, old value going out and new value going there, going into the box. Once in the next time you are running, this old value become new value become the old value going out, then new value going inside to the inside. This box compare with the computers, this box considered as the memory. The new value always going into the box. New values are stored in the memory location. Then when you are running the second time, new value become the old value getting out, and after that new value going inside. Always changing. The value is changing. Therefore, it's called as variable. Right. Then think about the value you are going to store in this location. These values are different types. Those can be identified as data types. If you want, you can insert whole values. That means without decimal part. These are called integer values. Or you can store here floating points value with decimals or string values. These types of integers, floating point values or string values, these are together called as data types. Data types. Okay, I think you get idea about these variables and data types. Write down this one. Right, I think you finished writing this part here. Then variable කියලා කිව්වේ සාමාන්‍ය අදහස තමයි variable එක variable කියන්නේ වෙනස් වීමක් කියන එක. variable එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ වෙනස් වෙන තැනක්. සාමාන්‍ය environment එකේදී අපි දන්නවා වයස කියන එක. ඒක time එකත් එක්ක වෙනස් වෙනවා. නේ? උස පළල සාමාන්‍ය මිනිස්සෙක්ගේ බර කියන එක නේ ඒවා වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඒවට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ variables කියලා. variables. ඒතර computer terms වලින් ගත්තොත් මේ programming වල variable කියලා අපි හඳුනාගන්නේ memory location එක. memory location එක. එතන අපි variable කියලා කියන්නේ දැන් memory location කිව්වා මේක fix. මෙතන variable කියලා අදහස් කරන්නේ memory එකට දාන value එක. ඔය value එක time එකත් එක්ක නැත්නම් අපි පාවිච්චි කරන application එකත් එක්ක වරින් වර වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා එතන variable කියන අදහස දෙනවා. දැන් ඔය රූප සටහන තියෙනවා. ඒකේ box එක අපි memory location එකක් විදියට සැලකුවොත් ඔතන new value එකක් යන අවස්ථාව ගැන හිතන්න box in ඇතුළට යනවා new value එක අලුත් value එකක් ඊට පස්සේ අපි application එක වෙනස් කරනවා එතකොට අර new value එක පරණ වෙනවා old value කියලා අරන් ඒක එළියට එනවා ඉතින් ආයෙ run කරද්දී new value එකක් ආපහු ඇතුළට යනවා ඒක පරණ වෙලා එළියට එනවා ආයෙ new value එකක් ආයෙ ඇතුළට යනවා ඒ run කරන වාරයක් පාසා අලුතෙන් value එකක් යනවා. එතන පරණ value එක මැකිලා තමයි අලුත් value එක එතන රැඳෙන්නේ. variable කියන එකේ ලක්ෂණය විශේෂ ලක්ෂණය තමයි එතන. හැම වෙලෙම පරණ එක, ඔය කියන්නේ override වෙනවා කියන්නේ. override වෙනවා. පරණ ඒවා අයින් වෙලා අලුත් එක එතන රැඳෙනවා. ඒකට විසඳුම් ඉස්සරහට තියෙනවා. දැනට variable කියන අදහස මෙතනින් ගන්න. ඊළඟට මේ data types කියලා කියන්නේ ඔය location එකේ මොන වර්ගයේ දත්තද අපි store කරන්නේ. මේ memory location එකේ අපිට ඕන නම් සම්පූර්ණ whole numbers store කරන්න පුළුවන්. integers කියලා කියන්නේ දශම ස්ථාන නැති සංඛ්‍යා 1 10 15 වගේ සම්පූර්ණ සංඛ්‍යා store කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් දශම සංඛ්‍යා store කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපිට පුළුවන් නම් වගේ ඒවා strings කියලා අපි කියනවා. ඒවා store කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ විදිහට data types තියෙනවා. ඔය කියන data types වලින් එකක් අපිට අරගෙන පුළුවන් variable එකක් හදාගෙන එතන store කරන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. Right, that's about data types. Right, now see what are the data types available with C++. These are the commonly used data types. There are more data types than here this mentioned here. These are the commonly used data types in C++. Integers. Integers mean whole numbers without decimal points. Then we can use floating point numbers with C++. 4.5, 2.25, these are some example. Then string variables. You can store string values, the memory location. Then Boolean type. Boolean type, there is here the special of Boolean variable is only we can store two values, either true or false. The Boolean terms, each and every time Boolean terms take in only two values, true or false, or 1 or 0. For example, if you want to store the person's gender, the best data type is Boolean type. You have to assign a Boolean type variable there. In that way, we should want to identify the suitable data type for our variable source. Right, then write down these common data types in C++. And then we'll see how you can assign or how you can declare variables in C++. How you can declare it. To declare the variables, we should want to give some identification for the variables. Through this identification, C++ compiler identify the different types of variables available in the C++ program. Therefore, we should want to name these variables properly. Therefore, in each and every programming, they are giving some specific rules and regulations to specify, to determine the variable names. We should want to follow these rules. According to these rules, you want to assign or you want to give names for the variables. Therefore, we should want to consider next, what are the rules available when we are deciding names for the variables. Names or identifiers. Another way of referring variables is identifiers. Right? Identifiers. Right. We'll see what are the rules. Write down as a separate topic, subtopic, rules for naming a variable. Rules for naming a variable. Right, here there are several rules here contained. First one says variable cannot begin with numbers. Right? Don't start with the number. Don't start with the number. That's the one rule. That means suppose you want to give a test, then you can't say 1, 2, 3 test in that way. You can't use numbers to start the variable. Right, then second one should not begin with an uppercase characters. Don't use uppercase characters to start the variable names. Right, then another one, thirdly says don't use keywords. What is keyword? keyword mean there are some words, English word, they are using in C++ for another purpose. C++ already use these words for another purpose. That particular sets of words you can't use as the variable name. Right? For example, suppose in our first program, remember main, M-A-I-N, main. Can you use main as a variable name?
No, sir.
No, because why? It's already used for some other purpose. That type of words called as keyword or reserved word, another name for reserved or keyword. Keywords are not allowed used as a variable name. That's one example, main. Then int is another example. If you consider our first example, there are many words there. Include, you can't use include as a variable name. Then IO stream, you can't use that. Then return, see out. Right? These are the words that already used by C++ to some other purposes. Right? As you want to avoid this keyword when you are assigning your variable names. Then next one says can start with an underscore. Actually, they are using special symbols. This is regarding using special symbol with your name. A special symbol mean here in your keyboard, the upper row with the numbers, you can see these special numbers, that percentage mark, dollar mark, hash symbol. Those are the special symbols. Right? Normally, these special symbol you can't use it variable name, but underscore is allowed. You can start with underscore symbol. However, it is not good practice. Right? When you are giving, it is okay, but when you are giving names for the variable, try to avoid underscore as a starting point. Right, then finally says variable names can only have alphabet, numbers, and underscore. That here says variable name should consist of only alphabet, that means characters, numbers, and underscore. That means you can't use special symbol for the variable names. Right, I think you get a clear idea regarding the rules for naming variables. Right, write down these things.
Sir. Sir.
Yes, yes, sir. 100%.
Sir, මට structure programming වල class code එක පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න පුළුවන්ද?
මම එක අන්තිමට දෙන්නම් class code එක මේ බලන්න ඕනේ class එක ඇතුළට ගිහිල්ලා මට මතක නැහැ. කවුරු හරි ගාව තියෙනවනම් share කරන්න. class code එක එකපාරටම පුළුවන් නම් මම පන්ති ඉවර වෙනකොට දෙන්නම්.
sir, හරි. Thank you.
කවුරු හරි මොකාට හරි මතක නම් මේ chat box එකෙන් share කරන්න class code එක. Right, okay, then this is about rules for naming variables. Okay, then move to how declare variables in C++. you can write down some subtopic declaring variables. Write down the subtopic declaring. Declaring means assigning. How you are going to assign variables on your C++ program. When you are assigning or declaring variable, you want to assign the names. You want to decide names for the variables. That already we learned how to determine the what are the rules you want to follow when you are deciding the names. Right. Then suppose you want to assign an integer variable. The first we are going to use integer data type. Then here use the keyword int. Right. Then first I am giving the syntax to assign in the variable. Is the syntax. Syntax means way of assigning, how you are going to declare it. Then after you understand the syntax, then you want to explain it through the example also. Right. Here first syntax. First you want to give the name of data type. Data type name. Then give a space here. Then name of variable. Name of variable. At the end, you want to put this semicolon mark. At the end, you want to put semicolon mark. That's the syntax to declaring integer variables. First, you want to give the data type name, then keep a space. After that, give the name of variable. That's the syntax. When you are giving the syntax, always using this angle brackets. When you are write down the actual terms, no need to give in angle brackets. Only to define syntax, I am using angle brackets. Right. Example. Suppose you want to declare age as an integer variable. Age as an integer variable. Then data type is integer. Normally in C++, integer can assign as int. 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 Do not type the whole word integer like that. If you are using integer, that means it will generate error messages. Therefore, the allow data type term is int. All are simple. That's also important. Remember, don't use capital letters here. Int, then put a space. Space here. Do not try to find this symbol there. Keyboard and space bar, using the space bar, space, keep a space, and variable name. That already I mentioned, the variable name is age. Do the variable name, then at the end, semicolon marks. Semicolon marks. Right. Now you can use this age as an integer variable on your program. Then how you can assign a value for age? think about how you can assign a value. Suppose 25, the person's age is 25. Then you want to assign this 25 to this variable. Now already we declare the variable. Then if you want to assign a value, just use the variable name age equal 25. Put the semicolon here. That's the way how you can assign values to the variable. Here actually direct assigning. Therefore, only one value at a time you can assign for there. Write down this one, declaring variable, under that integer. And integer, write down this both both one syntax and the example also. Right, then we'll see the second one. All of you are okay? Finish writing this one?
No, sir. Please.
No, you need more time. Right, okay, I will give 1 minute to complete it. Complete.
Excuse me, sir.
Right, okay. Others, I think.
Int එකයි age
sorry?
එකයි මැද අර මේක mark එකේ වෙලා තියෙන එක
ඒක space symbol එක.
space.
Space symbol හොයන්න යන්න එපා. keyboard එකේ
නෑ.
space බහයක.
හරි.
right, අපි බලමු දෙවෙනි එක second එක ලියන්න. Second one, floating points value. Here we should know the syntax and the example. Second data type, floating point. Floating point. Here the same syntax. First you want to mention data type. Then put a space, then variable name. At the end, put semicolon mark. First data type, then variable name. An example, suppose you want to assign declare average of suppose set of marks there. Then you want to average, find the average. Then you want to declare average as a floating point value. Then data type, here the data type is double. If you want to assign floating point value, data type, use the name double, double. double. Data type is double. Then put a space, variable name, average. Then put semicolon here. Right. Then if you want to assign a value for average, normally average is calculating, but for this purpose, this time, suppose you are going to assign a value. Then how you can assign a value? Average. Just put the equal symbol. Then 2.25. If you are putting as double, then it is not allowed to assign integer values there. It will generate error messages. If you are assigned as floating point, then you must assign a floating point value. That's why I am assigned 2.25. That's a floating point value. Complete it. Right. I think you finish writing this one.
Yes, sir.
Then third one, string values, strings. Data type is string. String values. That means you are going to store a set of strings, set of characters on your as a data. Here again, data type. Use space. Variable name. Put a semicolon at the end. Example, this time string. Data type name is string, string. No capital letters here. Don't start with capital letters. Right? This S is simple. String. Put space. Suppose you want to put your name. Variable name is name. Equal. Right. When you are giving the value this time, if it is string, use double quotation mark. Then if your name is Nimal, then put the value within double quotation mark. Then put the semicolon mark at the end. If it is a value, don't put semicolon. If it is a string value, put semicolon mark. Double quotation mark. Right, write down this one also. here actually the same line, this is also correct, right? The same line you can assign the values, but according to the previous integers and floating points, when I explain in integers and floating point, value is assigned in the next line. Therefore, here also I am assigning the name value in the next line. Assigning values in the same line also possible. It's okay. Right. Write down this one. Right. Then here to declare in variable, I think now you can identify a pattern there. When I give in the data type name, then you will be able to declare the variable. Therefore, then I am not giving the way of declaring further for the other data types. Only know the data type's name, then automatically you will be able to assign the declare the variable. Okay. For example, suppose you want to declare one character variable. The string you are using to assigning set of characters. Set of characters. There are sometimes some situation you need to assign only one character. That, for example, suppose there are sometimes continue. You want to ask from your users something to continue. Then users give it yes or no. The keyboard they are typing y or no. Y for yes, no for no. N for no. Y or n. That means one character variable. To one character, to assign the one character variable, use char, C-H-R-A-R, simple letters. This is the data type. Use this is the data type. All the other things to declare the variable are same as the we did now. And then later, when situation arises, I will again teach you how to assign in the this character types variables also. Right. Okay. Now we learn 3 data types: integer, double, and string type. Right now, time to do an example. Before going to this example, tell me these variable names are valid or not. Right? Anyone can tell. Is it valid variable name or not? Can someone tell me? Is it a valid variable name or not?
No, it is valid, sir.
Yes, this one valid variable name. Then tell me this one. Test is at symbol at 1, 2, 3. This one valid or not? What can you say about this name?
Not valid.
Yes, this one is not valid. Why?
Only used for underscore.
The second one.
Symbol.
Because of this at symbol. This is not valid. This one?
Not valid.
Yeah, not valid because of start with special symbol. This one, can someone guess and tell me?
Not valid.
Not valid because
It's a keyword.
Keyword. This is a keyword. Right. Tell me this one also. Test 1, 2, 3. This one. This also valid or not?
Valid.
Others, what can you say about this? Is also not valid. Why? Space. Space. You can't give space when you are giving the variable names. Right. In that way, try to understand that rules you want to follow when you are declaring the names. Right. Okay. Now we'll move to the example. Right. Write down this example. Write down C++ program to display your name and age. Your name and age as follows. My name is, then put your name. For example, I suppose that Nimal. My name is Nimal. Then second line, my age is 25. This is the statements you want to print. When you are printing the statement, these are not just statement. Remember that part. Right? That once you directly write down the cout statement to print, my name is Nimal. My age is 25. This is not the way I am asking. This is Nimal and 25 is variables. You want to identify your name and the age as variables. Right? Is it clear, that point? Is it clear, that question, this question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Then if you finish writing this one, it finished. Right, I'm going to erase it. Right. Right. First, try to do here before going to the compiler to run this one. Then how you can construct this one? What are the variables? Then identify. That's our problem, is printing your name and age. Here you have inputs. In this problem, you have input. Yes. What are the input? You want to assign your name and age. Your name and age is the inputs. You want to assign input values. Then no process here. You are not going to do anything for your name or age. Therefore, no logical process here. But you want to display your name and age according to the format I gave. Therefore, output is there. In this program, you have input as well output. Right. Then your name and age that I already mentioned, you want to identify it as a variable. Right. Therefore, you want to assign two variables, one for your name, one for your age. Then what is the suitable data type? For name, string. For age is normally integer value. We are not saying 25.5 age. Therefore, it is integer. Then first thing is you want to assign this variable, one for age, int age. The same data type you can assign in the same line. It is allowed. Suppose you have another variable called a, then int age comma a. In that way, this syntax is allowed. If you have more integer variable, right? In this program, only you have one integer variable called age, int age. Then what's the other variable? Please tell me what the other one?
String.
String variable. String variable. Here the name, variable name. Here also I am put the variable name as name. It's the string variable. This S should be simple, right? Simple list. Right. Now we already assigned the required variable for our program. What the next step? It should be name. What the next step? Then you want to put values, or you want to input values, or you want to assign values for this variable. In this time, we just directly assign values to the variables. Still, we don't know how to insert values through the keyboard. That means the question asks from us, what is your age? Then we should want to enter our age through the keyboard. Still, we don't know to do these things, but we know that straight directly assign values to these variables. Therefore, the next step is you want to assign values directly. Age is 25. In the question you can find the age. Therefore, age 25. Then name also given. Name equal Nima. Remember, put this double quotation mark. Now values are also assigned. That's okay. But the next step, that means input, okay. Then you want to display the statement. Right. Now, how you can display it? The first statement, my name is Nimal. Then second one, my age is 25. Right. Now tell someone what's the instruction I'm going to use to display or output the statement in C++. What's the statement?
See out.
See out. then C out, insertion operator. Right. Our statement is my name is Nimal. In this statement, we have two sections, statement part and the variable part. Either statement or variable to print, we are using the same instruction C out. Right? No difference. If you want to output a variable, use the same statement, same instruction C out. If you want to output a statement, that's also use the C out statement. Right. My name is Nimal. Statement part is my name is. The variable part is Nimal. Then you want to separate, you want to identify, separate these two parts. Right. The statement part you are putting within double quotation. My name is. Right. Then variable part you are putting in this way. After you giving the statement part, then put this symbol again, insertion operator. After this insertion operator, put the variable name. Here the variable name. What's the variable name?
Name.
Name. Right? Don't put Nimal here, right? You want to put the variable name because you are going to print the variable name. Right? Then you want to go to next line, put the next line symbol also. Then if you want to continue statement after the variable, again put this insertion symbol, double quote, within double quote, mark, put /n. That means go to next line. Next line say printing my age. See out, insertion operator. Then tell me what's the statement part. Our statement is my age is 25. What's the statement part? My age is. Statement part is now okay. Then close, use this double quotation mark to end. To variable part, you want to, if you want to insert the variable part, before that you want to insert this insertion operator, then put the variable name. Variable name is age. Right? Then if you want to print my age is 25 years old. 25 years old. Then how can I change it? Another statement part appear after the variable. Another statement part appear after the variable. Then how can I extend it? My age is statement within double quote. Then put the insertion operator. Variable part without double quotation. You want to put the variable name. Then again, if you want to continue the statement, put insertion operator. Put double quotation. Now you can say years old. Yes, old. At the end, put semicolon mark. Right. That's the way you can build up your C++ program for this example. Right. Then we'll do it in a compiler. We have time is passing, but complete this example and stop the today's lesson. Right. I'm going to complete this one. Therefore, move to compiler. Right. Here we are now in the compiler. I am using the same structure that I am using at the very first program. I am going to do the changes. Here the first you want to assign the two variables. First one, integer variable, use int. Then variable name age. then string variable, string, then variable name, put the semicolon mark at the end, then put the values for variable, age assign as 25, then name assign as Nimal. Put the semicolon at the end. Right, remember to put double quotation mark when you are giving string values. Right. Now we completed giving values for variables. Now we are going to print. Use cout, insertion operator. Now put the statement part. My name is the statement part. Then put insertion operator. Then put the variable. Name is the name of variable. Then again, if you want to continue this statement, after that, after the variable name, put insertion operator again. Then put the /n to jump next line. Put semicolon marks at the end. Then put and go to next line to print the second line. My age is, that's the statement part. Then put insertion operator. After the insertion operator comes variable name. This case variable name age. Then you want to continue this statement. Therefore, again put the insertion operator. Then within double quotation, complete the rest of the statement. My age is suppose 25 years old. Then close the double quotation. Then put semicolon marks at the end. That's enough. That's okay. Right. We'll first build the program. First build it to identify any errors in this program. I think no errors. Then try to run it. Right. Now you can see the result here. My name is Nimal. Then my age is 25 years old. Can you see, all of you can see this result here?
No, sir.
Right. Here my age is 25 and year very close together, no spaces. If you want to keep a space here, then what you want to do here is go to the line that required to keep space. My age is, yeah.
So result
Here,
is not showing.
Result is not.
keep a space here.
So result is not showing.
Sorry,
Result is not showing.
which one?
Black display.
Your result is not showing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This one is coding part showing. No.
Coding part is
Coding
okay.
part showing.
Now,
Not yet.
not yet.
Yes, sir.
That the very first program we are running, in that case, show this result part.
This result is not showing.
Very first program we are
ඉස්සරහ කරපු එක පෙන්නුවා.
Okay.
ගෙන් කරන එක පෙන්නන්නේ මේ කෝඩින් එක රන් කරලා එන එක පෙන්නන්නේ. කෝඩින් එක පෙන්නනවා, කෝඩින් ටයිප් කරන ඔක්කොම පෙන්නනවා. මේ කෝඩින් එක රන් වෙලා එන එක පෙන්නන්නේ අපිට.
අර පළවෙනි program එකේ පෙන්වද ඒක?
පළවෙනි එක පෙන්නුවා. ඔව්.
Wait. Then පේනවද?
So then පේනවා.
The result එක my name is, my age is, මෙතන මම අර 25 years මේ දෙක අතර ස්පේස් එකක් නැහැ කියලා පේනව නේද ඔයගොල්ලන්ට? වාක්‍යයක් ලියනකොට අර ස්පේස් තියෙන්න එපා. 25 years old. ස්පේස් එක වෙනස් කරන්න නැවත ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකට ගිහිල්ලා back to the program. My age is මෙන්න මෙතන ස්පේස් එකක් තියන්න. කියලා run කරන්න. එතකොට දැන් අපිට ස්පේස් එක පේනවා. දැන් පේනවද ඔයගලන්ට රිසල්ට් එක? පේනවද?
වෙනවා සර්.
හරි. දැන් අර ස්පේස් එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනව නේද?
ඔව්.
හොඳයි එහෙනම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ එක්සැම්පල් එක ලියාගන්න. ලියාගෙන මේක ප්‍රැක්ටිකලි කරපු නැති අය ඉන්නවා නම් ප්‍රැක්ටිකලි කරන්න. තව එක්සැම්පල් කීපයක් අපි ඊළඟ සතියේ පටන් ගන්නකොට කරමු. ඊළඟ සතියේ පටන් ගන්නකොට තව එක්සැම්පල් කීපයක් එක්කම කරමු. හරි. හොඳයි එහෙනම් I am going to stop the lecture here. Then in the evening you have web development part for I think 4 p.m. Then we'll meet again in that period, right? Okay. Thank you very much for the participation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.